It may seem to you that armies only experience horrors through war and armed battles on the borders of an enemy country. However, there are thousands of stories that reveal just how chilling exploration through enemy territory or fearsome search and rescue missions can be. Entering the enemy's ranks to locate your companions isn't an easy task, much less when you have to face a giant creature out of this world. And if you join us in this opportunity, you will also discover its history and all the mystery that surrounds it, and the dozens of victims who fell into its clutches. Ready to delve into this mystery? Then it's time to get started. Soldiers capture a huge creature in Afghanistan. The United States has the largest military force on the planet. Its technology, equipment, and training consolidated as one of the world powers in the warfare field. And for this reason, any kind of casualties in battle is a matter of state. US troops rarely fall into any conflict and soldiers are never left behind. However, there's a mysterious story that hasn't failed to attract the attention of the internet and the press itself, as the nature of the events and the contradictory and incoherent explanations provided by the US State Department continue to arouse multiple enigmas. Let's start at the beginning. According to leaked press reports, the US government sent a detachment of soldiers to a specific point in Afghanistan for a secret military operation. Theoretically, it wasn't supposed to make more than 48 hours, but after 3 days, the US headquarters began to fear for the lives of the team, as there were no radio communications and not a single response to the messages had been sent. In response to this dramatic situation, a second detachment was sent to clarify what had happened and, if possible, rescue the missing soldiers. The platoon quickly deployed to the indicated coordinates, where they found themselves in a desert area leading into open country. They were an easy target for an ambush or quick assault by the enemy from that position. However, there was no such attack. The men crossed the area without any problems. Curiously, the coordinates led the platoon to a strange cave that plunged into the depths of the desert. Was the enemy camped there? Would they find their comrades at the end of that descent? Would they get out of that death trap? These questions lingered in the air as the team made their way deeper into the cavern. There was no sound down there except for that of their footsteps. Light was scarce, and their flashlights struggled to provide the clarity needed to move forward. It was almost to the bottom of the cave when the unexpected happened. On the ground, the platoon saw the machine guns and the equipment their battalion was handling. They were the weapons of their comrades, but where were they? It didn't take them long to find out. Bones, pieces of rotting flesh, and all kinds of human remains began to emerge on the ground. The team was horrified, but they had no time to ask questions. They instantly discovered who was responsible for it. It was a monstrously large humanoid creature that was at least 5 meters long and had abundant hair falling from its head and covering its skeletal body. It had a rotting odor, and it immediately pounced on one of the soldiers, whom it managed to kill by squeezing his neck in one swift movement. For a few moments, the platoon was paralyzed, but almost in unison, they fired their powerful Barrett 50 rifles. For 30 seconds, the bullets pierced the hair, skin, and bones of that monstrous giant. When they finished, the corpse of a creature that was difficult to comprehend was laying on the ground. They had never seen anything similar. It was simply impossible. Fortunately, the messages they sent to the central base were transcribed into the classified documents, which contained details of the human remains and the corpses of the missing platoon. The US base sent a Chinook helicopter to recover the 500 kilograms body of the strange giant. Since then, the body has never been seen by the battalion or any other source. The case was closed, and the family members of those who fell into the clutches of this beast received a notification that said that their sons had fallen in battle, completely hiding the reality of the event. This strange story was classified for a long time until August 2016, when a group of researchers brought the Kandahar giant incident to light. Numerous journalists and cryptid specialists attempted to contact the Department of Defense, but statements were vague and contradictory. they denied any involvement with the event almost immediately and disassociated themselves from the allegations. Additionally, the families of the victims were deeply affected because their children were killed and they never had access to their bodies or their true stories. The U.S. Department of Defense probably lied to them. This only increased people's interest in this disturbing story. Of course, public opinion and social networks have been divided. Some consider that this event never happened and that it's just another conspiracy theory. However, the rest are convinced that the government has carefully concealed these facts, not only to deny its involvement in an alleged secret mission in Afghanistan, but also to cover up the origin and mysteries of this strange creature. No one knows which side is right, but all the facts, unexplained deaths, and leaked reports seem to be pointing in one direction. The Kandahar giant did exist and was responsible for the battalion's heavy casualties. Why did the government go to so much trouble to hide this fact? What pushed it to prevent the truth from being known? Will there be other mysteries that remain unsolved or have been covered up? These and other questions are still up in the air, waiting for an answer that, possibly, will never appear. Even so, this isn't the first time that something like this has happened. On the contrary, the last 50 years are filled with all kinds of unexpected events. Brutal creatures and soldiers disappearing at the hands of unknown enemies emerging from the jungle, the forests, or the mountains without anyone being able to stop them. But how about letting the stories speak for themselves? Are you ready to learn other disturbing secrets that have been kept hidden for decades? If so, then check out these videos.